Happy Sunday, everyone. Jim here. I hope everyone's 2021 is starting with a bang. Admittedly, there's not much you can actually do, so, work around that, I guess. But anyway, what I wanted to do today is, and maybe do it every week, is take a little trip through the last week in my Strava. As I mentioned before, Strava, great platform to use to track your running, track your progress, see how you're doing against your goals, follow people you're interested in, and all of those good things. I typically think about my running in a weekly cycle, so I thought it would make sense to take Sundays as a chance to look back over the last week, see what I've been up to, and maybe think about the week ahead as well. So let's jump straight into it. So this is my training log for week commencing the 28th of December 2020. My total distance was 62 kilometers, 61.94. Wish I'd known that at the time. I'd have run an extra 60 meters outdoors to try and just top it up, but that's fine. This shows the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays across the top, of course, and you can scroll down to see your history as well. And it shows you your yearly race history over on the right, which is usually nice. Not so good in 2020, but there we go. I went through all that in my last video if you're interested. So let's just have a quick look at what I got up to this week. So interesting week, end of the year, but more importantly as well, we exited our tier 3 restrictions here in the UK and we entered tier 4. And so that in particular meant that gyms closed and I lost access to a treadmill. I typically like to do quite a lot of running on a treadmill, particularly my harder sessions, especially at this time of year, and that is largely because of the cold and my asthma, as I've mentioned before. So first couple of days of the week, I did take advantage of still having access to a treadmill. We actually lost, we went into tier 4 on Thursday. So on Monday, I ran to the gym. So these little mini afternoon runs, 1.6k or 1 mile as it happens. This is just running to the gym. Nothing to write home about. Pretty easy pace. There's a bit of a hill. So you're downhill at first and then you're uphill on the second half. So sort of mid 5-minute kilometers. That's sort of my typical easy pace. So what did I do at the gym? Unfortunately, because it's just on a treadmill, following the run through, that you don't really get any extra information, of course. But as the description helpfully states, just an easy 10k, which I believe I did at about 10.5 kph, which is about 5:38 kilometer pace. And then a final sort of burst kilometer and a bit just to get the blood running a little bit. And I think I did that at about my marathon pace, if not a bit higher, which is 14.1 kilometers per hour on the treadmill, or 4 minutes 15 seconds per kilometer. And that's my 3-hour marathon pace. So Tuesday, again, similar thing, ran to the gym and did some intervals. You can see there, so 8 by 500 meters, easy 1k hard. And then I picked up my pace through those intervals, started at my marathon pace, picked them up every other interval. And my final one, 15 plus, that was quite a strong finish. Got up to over 16 kph, which is sort of 3:40 kilometer pace, 3 minutes 40 kilometer pace. On Wednesday, this was sort of late in the day actually, so 3:30 p.m. I wasn't actually intending to run on Wednesday, but then we got the announcement about moving into tier 4. So I was given a quick lift to the gym just to squeak in one last 30 minutes in total. And I believe that was been my final run of the year. I just noted there that I ran 2,038 kilometers for the year. I actually think I ran 2,044, perhaps my yearly total. I haven't updated to include that 6, but never mind. I had a rest day on Thursday. As I say, I haven't really been doing much running recently, and so these couple of days, which are about 15k in total, along with a bit of a harder sessions on the treadmill, and some running in the previous week as well, was getting a bit much for me. So I had I would say a well-earned rest day, although what was this? This was New Year's Eve, so perhaps went a bit backwards on the fitness front there. On Friday, then, I decided to brave the outdoors, and I ran a 9k easy run, very easy, 5:45k, 5 minutes 45 seconds per kilometer, so pretty slow. But yeah, you can see, feels like -2. We're not messing around at the moment. Very cold. And you can see my average heart rate was, unfortunately, even for that very slow run, was up at 166. So that's way too high. I would like that to be much more around the 150, if not below, for such an easy run. But it is a start, I suppose. On the cadence, 166 average. That's a little bit under where I'd like to be. I typically try and keep my easy runs at about 170 if I can, and then 180 for my races and my harder sessions. So back to the dashboard. So that was my 9k run on Friday. This was the longer run that I actually did a little mini video on. Again, 13.8k and 5:42 pace. So another very easy run, 1 hour 20 in total, or 1 hour 18 rather. And this one, I'm reasonably new to Northampton, so I don't know the area particularly well. So this was me sort of just fiddling around, peeking off down rows and doubling back on myself just to try and get up my distance, really. Maybe that didn't really help, I suppose, when it came to sort of maintaining a good running form. It's always nice to kind of know where you're going. So this was a bit of exploration for me up into the town centre and back. As for my heart rate, that's a bit better, actually. I did stop a few times, so you can actually see where I paused to record my video. I did, you can see my heart rate's come down a bit before jump back up. This claims I got up to 189. That seems a bit unlikely, although it was up a hill, so who knows. And then 167 on the old cadence, so that's not too bad. Again, you can kind of see where I've stopped and turned around and stuff, but reasonably consistent throughout, sort of high 160s. So, drops down a bit going up the hills, picks up a bit coming down the hill. So that's what you'd expect. Overall, that was a hard run. Harder than it should have been. I'm not going to call it a long run at 13k, but longest sort of single run I did in the week. And a bit disappointed with my fitness at the moment, but we will get better. Back to the dashboard then, and then finally, just today, actually on Sunday, I've just snuck out and I've done a 4k top-up run, if you like, just to get my weekly miles over 60k, my weekly mileage or kilometerage, I suppose, to get that over 60k. I want to say I put in a bit of an effort, but I mean, not particularly. You can see my average pace, 4:52, grade adjusted 4:49, so a little bit faster than my, easier runs. Certainly faster than my easy runs this week, but still nothing, that isn't too quick a pace or anything like that. 150 beats per minute. I mean, a very short run, really. So, I'm sure it was picking up. You can see I'm in around the 170s over it at the end. And then cadence, as I say, I tried to put in a little bit more effort, so 176, not too shabby. Just trying to clear the lungs out a bit. Not quite as cold today, but still not great. And so that was my week. 62 kilometers. Good start to the year. Disappointed with the fitness at the moment, but all you can do is keep on keeping up them miles, and hopefully we'll get better as we go. So thank you very much for watching.
Let me know in the comments down below how your running is going, or if you're not running this year, but you've perhaps started something different, or you're looking at different ways to keep your fitness up. Stay healthy, everyone. Stay safe, and I will speak to you later. Cheers.